This is ABTV, Animal Bites Television. For animal lovers, by animal lovers.
Hey, Brian from SnakeBytes here. I'm at Prehistoric Pets. Most would say the coolest reticulated python collection on the planet. We're gonna show you some really cool animals. You're watching SnakeBytes. So Chad,
Yes.
when you called me up and said, let's go check out some big snakes, is this what you had in mind?
This is what I had in mind, but I didn't think they would be this big. There's a big one over here, guys. Yeah,
Jay.
I'll let you keep that one.
Jay, what the hell you got going on here? What are you getting ourselves into?
Hey, I was looking for some free food.
I tell you what, guys, you're in store for a pretty fun show. These things are really heavy. Holy cow. Oh. There's no way I could possibly show you the gazillion cool paint jobs that Jay is working with when it comes to reticulated pythons, because it would probably be a 2 or 3 hour show, to be totally honest with you. So I'm just going to show you a handful of some of the spectacular animals, starting with this ultra golden child. Now, a golden child is a codominant mutation, and the ultra is the homozygous for platinum. And I tell you what, that makes for one really outrageous animal. And again, these animals are going to get better and better as they grow. Whenever you see holdback on a cage, you know you're going to be in for something that's truly amazing. And this snake certainly does not disappoint. Wow, just take a look at this animal right here. This is actually a dwarf Anery platinum super tiger. Now, a super tiger obviously comes from a tiger to tiger breeding. The Anery is actually recessive, but for some reason when you start stacking the genes, they get better and better, and this one is an outrageous animal. And we've already talked about the platinum gene being linked to the white snake producing animals. But I tell you what, that is something that I could only have dreamed of 10 years ago. I tell you, every single drawer you open up just has something that blows your mind. And this one certainly was no different. I tell you, when I first opened the drawer, I thought this was a scrub python and not a reticulated python, just because of the head and certainly this pattern on the tail. This is actually a sunfire tiger anthrax. Now, the tiger is codominant and so is the sunfire, and the anthrax is happened to be a pattern mutation that's recessive. And it typically really screws up that head pattern a lot, and it makes for one really cool snake. I tell you, these retics are just making my head spin. Prehistoric Pets once owned the snake that held the world's record for the largest snake. What was its name? A, Medusa, B, Baby, C, Twinkie. Go ahead and answer down below in the comments and check back later in the show to see if you have the right answer. For this week's Reptile Report, we'll be highlighting Snakes Forum. Go ahead and check out the URL down below or click on the link in the description.
All right, Jay's got a million colors and flavors and paint jobs of retics over here. This is one that struck me right here. This is a phantom sun tiger, and I'm gonna let Jay explain exactly what this awesome patterned and colored snake is and what all these morphs are combined here.
Yeah, so you know, this is actually only a 3-gene snake. It's a tiger, which is a codom, it's a sunfire, which is also a codom, and then it's a phantom, which is also considered a codom. And now, these three together make an awesome combination. And somebody else actually made one with platinum and even looked, I mean, platinum ones are awesome too. I mean, they're really some cool looking snakes. So this is I think, possibly a first. And it was a pretty cool combo.
I mean, I know this is not a 5 or 6 gene combination.
I know, but it's the right ones.
But these 3 genes are making a beautiful, beautiful snake.
That's it. Sometimes it's not all about how many genes you get in it. You got to get the right one. Some complement, some actually take away if you get the one gene too many. So, but not in this case. It's perfect.
All right, let's move on to something else.
Now, these are a couple beautiful animals here, and what contrast, right? This happens to be a platinum titanium. Now, the titanium is actually the homozygous or the double gene of citron, and just look at the colors that come through with that. I tell you what, that thing is sick. And I tell you, its cage mate here is a great contrast to that. This happens to be a sunfire, white phase, albino, golden child. And just take a look at how that white just absolutely pops on that brilliant yellow. Man, I tell you, and look at the head on that. Just take a look at that right there. Whew. Tell you what, These guys are awesome, awesome animals.
So another awesome, awesome snake. So I can get, oh, okay, you can take her.
Relax. She'll be fine.
Let's go, good girl. So we got a purple sun golden here. Break down, what are we looking at?
Well, basically the Sunfire works really good with the Golden Child because they're already saturated really well. And so the Sunfire on top of the albino Golden Child just absolutely completely fills back in and makes it real smooth and clean. If it was just a Golden Child, there'd be still spots on the side and you'd be able to see the pattern, but these just saturated. It's really awesome snake.
So you ball python people who like yellow snakes, like lavender albinos, this is kicking your butt right here.
Let me just open up this glass. Oh wait, there's no glass here. What an amazing animal, huh? This is actually a double recessive animal. It's a lavender albino titanium. Again, the titanium is the double citron, but this one's a little bit more interesting because it's actually a stripe phase, which is kind of a polymorphism within the titanium gene itself. But look at how incredible those racing stripes are. And then that lavender albino just really pushing out. That is pretty cool.
So Jay kills it over here with retics. Every drawer you pull open, something's a holdback or something is a world's first. Another world's first right here. We got a dwarf lavender golden stripe right here. You got to tell me what makes this as awesome as it is.
Well, the funny thing is you get the Golden Child saturation, but then you get the stripe. Mm-hmm. And the funny part is people said, oh, the Golden Child's dominating it because they're used to seeing a Golden Child's pattern. But the truth is, there is not Golden Childs with perfect stripes. And it's gotten two sweet stripes. We have hatched out in a Sunfire, and it's really ridiculous because the Sunfire just makes this pop more and it makes it look like a 3-colored snake. So it's pretty dang cool.
As a ball python guy, you have officially blown my mind with some of the stuff you got going here.
That's not easy to do because I know you guys have seen him around enough to know that he plays with some serious crap when he plays.
These retics, seriously, mind-blowing color, pattern, and now the combination.
What are you sweating for?
You talking about those big snakes we just handled? Those 300-pounders we just handled? Yes.
I'm sweating too.
That's where that sweat's coming from. The sweat's not from the awesome snakes, it's from the big snakes a few minutes ago.
I'm here with Mike Hucker Clark, pro BMX rider and one pretty rad dude, but believe it or not, his humble start right here working with snakes. So tell me, I mean, when did you start working here with crazy pythons?
Geez, I must have been about 11 or 12 years old. I lived right behind the shop and I used to come in every day just looking at all the animals. And I was hooked on big snakes ever since I was a little kid. And fortunately enough, Jay let me come in and volunteer and actually offered me a job in middle school because I just loved it so much. I didn't want a job until my bike got stolen. And I had to get money, so I bought a bike, quit, and that's the only job on paper I've ever had. It's pretty crazy. The only real job I've ever had was cleaning snake poop.
Well, hey, I tell you what, that's what I do every day of my life, so that's good. So tell me what you do now. I mean, you travel all over the place doing crazy stuff. What's your life?
Yeah, I travel all around the world doing BMX competitions, photo shoots, TV appearances, and shows.
That's awesome.
It's pretty crazy that riding my bike and playing with snakes has done that for me.
And obviously, we're holding an incredibly cool retic here. Is this, like, tell me, what's your favorite snakes?
Yeah, my all-time favorite snake is reticulated pythons. When I first started working here, that was one of my very first snakes, and they're still my all-time favorite.
That's awesome, man. I tell you,
snakes in the world. And
I know. They're definitely a really cool animal. I tell you, I'm going to put you on the spot, dude. I'm sorry to do this. First, I got to ask you, how long do you think this snake is?
This one's probably, what, like 14 to 15 feet long?
You guys know what I'm going to ask, right? Could you jump this snake on your bike without a ramp?
I think it's definitely possible.
Well, you know what? I would never put a snake in jeopardy. But I know about 8 people that are stupid enough to do this. You ready for it?
Let's do it.
Well, somehow, Mike's about to come over here, and I got stuck on the end like some kind of idiot. So if he misses, I'll see you guys later in the hospital. That was kick-ass. This is a really beautiful snake, and it's something that I want to kind of talk a little bit about as well. It happens to be a tiger platinum anthrax, and it's the first kind ever. Just take a look at that pattern. Now that thing is ridiculously sick, but what's kind of interesting is right now you can even tell he's like contracting on me. You can tell he's getting a little bit upset, and you do not want to get bit by a breeding male, because I tell you what, during the breeding season, when these males get a little bit dodgy, they will bite and they'll kind of roll on you and tear you up, and you're gonna definitely go to the hospital for some stitches. So again, when you're dealing with a retic that happens to be breeding, like a male like this, you have to take extra precaution. And right now, I can already tell he's a little bit dodgy, so I'm gonna definitely take as much precaution as possible. But I had to share this beautiful snake with you.
The retic awesomeness continues over here at Prehistoric Pets. So this is a clown retic. This is actually the first clown retic ever produced, and they've got this awesome lateral stripe all the way down their body. But then where the clown name comes in is because Jay thought this tail, which is kind of hard for me to see over here now, it reminded him of a clown ball python. Move her from my face. All right, more retic madness coming up on SnakeBytesTV.
Jay, my all-time favorite mutation in any snake or reptile, or for any animal for that matter, happens to be what we have here. Tell me what we've got.
Well, we got a pied. The pied retic is a single recessive gene. This is obviously the homozygous form, and pretty dang cool snake. Now, there's a possibility also this snake could be a tiger. It has a yellow on the head. A lot of people think it's linked to the yellow on the head, but I have my theory. Doesn't mean I'm right. I think that the crossovers are more common on the tiger. So I don't think this is a tiger, but I think it's quite possibly a het albino, because the het albinos, if they're het white phase, they seem to be very lighter.
Right.
Lighter, and if they're het for purple, they're usually darker.
Right.
So I would have suspect that this is a het albino, because it is a pos het, but I have a little bit suspect it's pos het, white phase albino.
Now what's amazing about these guys is just basically how polymorphic it can be.
I was just going to tell you, she's a grump, okay? She's been a grump from the day she was born, and I figured I was going to pull her away because I was a little bit worried she's going to go your way, and so I wanted to like bring her back out a little bit because I don't want her to get too comfortable thinking that she's the boss, because I'm still believing I'm going to tame her down at some point. But you know, when she gets bigger, it's just, oh,
she got me.
I
That's
told
all right.
you.
That's all right. She's all right. Trust me, that all happens. Trust me.
So anyway, we won't go into the story, but it's not that uncommon. This is why they call it SnakeBytesTV at times.
Exactly. Hey, you know, that's part of the deal. I mean, when you're working, especially with big snakes, it can be unpredictable. Obviously, me and Jay have been working with big snakes for a long time. He reads them extremely well. It kind of happens. It's really no big deal, to be honest with you. It's more of a little love tap, to be honest with you.
The truth of the matter is, she's just saying, hey, I don't want to mess with you. I don't want to be messed with. We pulled this snake out knowing, as you've already seen in the show, we're going to handle a lot of retics, and they're going to be 98% of them are tame. But you know what? Just like people, not everyone's tame, not every dog's tame, not every, you know, so this is definitely a snake that I will breed to some very genetically tame snakes, because it is definitely linked to breeds.
Right.
I find that if I take a snake that's 5 generations captive born, it makes tame snakes. Tame snakes make tame snakes. And
I'm leaking a little bit here.
You're leaking a little bit. You got nibbled on. I told you he was going to bite you. You thought I was kidding.
No, she's...
You know what he said? He goes, I don't care. I've been bit before.
Yeah, I've been bit many times. It's kind of a badge of honor, to be honest with you. And that's what it looks like when you get hit by a reticulated python. But this isn't just any reticulated python. This happens to be a pied reticulated python.
I'll wipe it off and show you what it really is, and in about 15 minutes, he probably won't be able to even identify this.
Oh yeah, and truly, there's just one little dot here, and a couple here. I mean, it really looks gnarly. And again, what you gotta remember is that snakes have an anticoagulant in their saliva, so when they bite you, you just bleed a lot. It looks really gnarly, but the truth is, it's no big deal. Just like Jay said, 15 minutes from now, I won't have anything to show anybody, so.
But you can see this very beautiful snake. He's got beautiful white belly. He's gonna come back around and wake you up again. But you can see this one's a little white, but you can see it's got beautiful color. It's got really nice yellow. It's got beautiful silvers in it. They're beautiful snakes. And anyway, I'm pretty excited. I can't wait to add a bunch of genes to this. We're gonna probably breed this female to a 5 or 6 gene male.
Nice.
And we'll get some good breeding stock coming out of it. And don't worry, guys, I'll make it teddy bear tame.
If you watch Snake Bites every week like I do, you've seen Brian with colubrid eggs. You've seen Brian with ball python eggs. You've never seen Brian with big, giant retic eggs. Here at Prehistoric Pets, Jay gets retic eggs all the time, all year round. His biggest clutch is 87 eggs. So not only do retics lay big clutches of eggs, they lay huge eggs. Each egg is about, I'd say, 3 times the size of a ball python egg. These things are massive, and you can feel the weight of this egg. Retic eggs versus a ball python egg versus colubrid eggs, there's no contest. These are the biggest eggs I've ever handled.
So Jay, this thing is absolutely crazy. You call this the party what?
Party plutonium.
And that's because?
A plutonium is a super tiger titanium. And so I kid around and say everybody showed up because we got Sunfire, we got Platinum, we got Super Tiger, and we got Titanium. So
what you're saying is
that's a party broke out.
There's
bro.
a party in your retic right now.
Right there. Look at the
Wow.
colors. And the funny part is, the older it gets, the brighter it gets. So it's got a long ways to go still. Because, like I said, the Platinum only starts to show at about this age. So it just
I don't know how much brighter this thing can get.
a
but
lot.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, guys. Everyone knows that I'm really into the dark morph animals. I just love those earth tones. And I tell you what, these are about as dark as you can possibly get. They kind of remind me of a D'Albert's pythons, which I really love. This happens to be a motley golden child het anthrax. I just love the way the head pattern is here. And this is actually a titanium tiger golden child, which is it's just absolutely crazy. What the hell is that, Jay?
Now this one here is a newbie. Now it's platinum, but you can't hardly see the platinum yet. This snake's gonna be ridiculous because the platinum shows up awesome on titanium. This is a titanium motley, pretty dang cool. So it's a titanium motley platinum.
Oh my
and this
gosh.
tiger, and this is a non-tiger. And the yellow, when we hatch platinum titaniums, they don't hatch with much color, and then the platinum just comes roaring in at about 4 months. So these we're really looking forward to.
Yeah, they're gonna get her.
You saw the platinum. You actually liked the platinum titanium.
Oh my gosh, I loved it. Well, I tell you, you know, Jay, we're surrounded by big snakes. We're surrounded by incredible looking retics. The future is pretty insane when it comes to retic colors. And I tell you what, guys, I don't know about you, but this has been an absolutely awesome day just playing with these incredible, colorful giants. Jay, this is okay.
Gotta squeeze this in.
Yeah.
How's
What
that
the-
for saturation?
Oh my gosh, what is this?
This is the one we were talking about earlier. This is a golden child, genetic stripe, purple Sunfire. So it's bad.
Oh my gosh, I don't know, guys. That will set your eyes on fire. I tell you what, till next time, this has been an awesome time.
Prehistoric Pets once owned the snake that held the world's record for the largest snake. What was its name? If you said C, Twinkie, you're 100% correct. Good job.
So there it is. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. What an amazing time it was to spend the day with these gentle giants, and sometimes not so gentle, but what an amazing amount of color variance. If you guys want to learn more about Jay, go ahead and click on the link in the description. And as always, I was Facebooking and tweeting my way through it, so make sure to follow me over at SnakeBytesTV. Till next week, you've been watching Snake Bites.
With all these magnificent plants, and the way the cages are set out with lots of perches, enabling the animals to move vertically. Impressively, he's also placed plastic sheets on top of the enclosures when they have...
This is ABTV.